Hey guys, what's up? Steve Lonnen with Costello Real Estate and Investments, and I want to do something that I'm sure we all love and enjoy. I want to talk about math. I've got my trusted marker here. I've got a little paper behind the glass so you can see the numbers, and I want to talk just a little bit about what we're seeing here in the market, especially specific to the Charlotte region, Charlotte area, and a lot of the conversations that I'm having with all different types of people, whether people looking to buy today, maybe in a couple months, some investor conversations I've had. So I'll jump right to it. I'll get right to the point here. Today, as it stands, the average home price in the Charlotte market is about just over $288,000. So for purposes of what we'll talk about around the math, we'll keep it right in that range. So let's talk about some of the conversations that I'm having. I've had multiple conversations with buyers around whether to buy now or to sit tight and wait to see kind of how things shake out. And a lot of the buyers are coming to me saying, hey Steve, yeah, I'd love to buy now, but maybe we'll wait. We're starting to see the market flatten a little bit. We think prices are going to go down, and then I'll buy when prices go down. Makes sense to me, right? Great strategy. If you could buy lower, buy lower. The only caveat to that is we are not seeing any indications of mortgage or interest rates going down. So let's just do the math real quick. Again, average sales price is $288,000. So for simplicity, we're going to keep it right in that range. So let's talk about maybe what today's price looks like for that home, $300,000. So we have a $300,000 home. It's listed today. Rates, depending on who you talk to, who your lender is, and what you can get, let's just say they're right around 5% because that's what they are. So at 5%, now let's say we're going to use the same factors for everything. So let's say we put 10% down. So this is out of $300,000, we have $30,000. Our principal and interest alone for a $300,000 loan at 5%, a conventional 30-year fixed loan with $30,000 down, we're looking at roughly $1,450. Now please, I would caveat this by saying, talk to your lender. There's mortgage calculators out there online. I would be happy to send you one, but it's going to be right around this number. We're not going to be far off. So now let's assume that prices are going to go down. Let's say that $300,000 house, it goes down to $285. It's a realistic price decrease. So we now have that $300,000 house. We're going to get it at $285. The difference is, as we expect and as we've already seen this year, rates will likely go up. So let's say it's 5.25. So we're at 5.25%, and we're going to put 10% down still. So now we have $28,500. So now what our mortgage payment looks like, again, just principal and interest. We're not talking about PMI, we're not talking about property taxes, we're not talking about insurance, but just principal and interest, we're looking at about a $35 a month difference. So depending on what your situation is, maybe that $35 a month matters, maybe it doesn't. But again, I think really just when you look at things from a bigger perspective, I'm going to only spend $285 versus $300, that $15,000 gap is a big gap. But when you look at it on a month-to-month basis, we're really talking about $30. So does it make sense to renew that lease and pay rent for another year? You are paying somebody else. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. So just put the pen to paper and talk to a local expert, and we can get you straightened out. We can kind of show you the numbers, and then you make the best decision for yourself. I want to just leave the video with one rule of thumb or one tip, and this is a very, very high level, not high level, but it's kind of, it's one of those tips where it's just a good rule of thumb tip, right? And this is from a lot of investors that I talk to about real estate, and it's the 1% rule. It's really, really easy. So I talk to people all the time that say, hey, if you find me something off market, or if you find a great investment opportunity, I'd love to hear about it. Well, happy to do that. We've got great deals on market. There's definitely good deals off market. and we could go down that road. But when looking at an investment, again, a good rule of thumb, you want to make sure that you're going to generate at least 1% or more revenue monthly to the list price or the sale price. So if you're going to buy, let's say, $150,000, one more zero there, Steve. So $150,000 home, and you want to use that as investment property, you want to make sure that you're going to get at least 1% of that on a monthly revenue, from a monthly revenue perspective. So you want to make sure that you're going to be generating minimum $1,500 a month in rent. There's a lot more that goes behind it. What your goals are, short term, long term. Are you looking on a cash on cash return? Are you looking for cap rate percentages? So are you going to manage the property yourself? Is somebody else going to manage it? Taxes, all that stuff is going to factor in. But again, at a very kind of high level, if you're just looking at something quick, is it a good investment opportunity? Can I generate 1% in monthly revenue off the top line, off the purchase price of the home? So I hope some of this math is helpful. I know it's not everybody's favorite subject, but it is important. It helps us make good decisions. And if you've got any questions real estate related, we'd be happy to help you out. Steve Lonnen, I'm here at Costello Real Estate Investments. You can check us out, www.costellorei.com. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.